yesterday. Lamar Jackson, 2019 MVP.
Yeah,
what you said, Dan?
2020. Once it touches his hands, never moves. As he goes through the contact, Kohu kind of gets a piece of it, and he hits the ground, no movement.
I'm surprised he used both hands. And what a player. Ever since they got him, he's been the difference maker on that football team.
So I think you're trying to get something positive on offense, RC, and then, you can see everybody, Baltimore, kind of converge on him. Hopefully he just got a little tweak with his lower half.
We see Lamar and Tua meeting there, but let's talk about a little bankhead bounce from John Harbaugh in the locker room. Jim could never.
He was pretty good right there, right? Pretty good?
It was pretty good.
All right.
But Jim ain't doing that at Michigan, especially when they play Bama tonight.
Ooh, Rex, how about that pretty good there?
Rex, you're very familiar, right, with teams in Baltimore that can play great defense. What you aren't familiar with is teams in Baltimore having a star like Lamar Jackson. How far ahead are the Baltimore Ravens from everyone else in the AFC?
Well, I mean, you can even go to the entire NFL.
Yeah.
Like I thought the Niners were the best team, and they spanked them at their place. They spanked everybody. They killed Detroit. They killed, like any of these good teams, they're killing everybody. Miami, #1 offensively. How'd they look? They got their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Like this thing right here. Here's the crazy thing. Lamar Jackson, all right, definitely going to win the MVP.
Yes.
Rightfully so. The guy's amazing. All right, and that's not the best unit on this team. Wow. The best unit is their defense.
Yeah.
Their defense is the best unit. And so to me, who the hell's going to beat them? I mean, I think nobody beats them.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I've talked about the MVP for like 6 or 8 weeks now, pretty legitimately. This race is over. I thought that Josh Allen could steal it from him if he had 2 really good weeks and they win the division. The way he played and the way that Lamar played this past weekend to secure the 1 seed for Baltimore, it's Lamar Jackson's MVP right now, and it's a done deal. I think the reality is this. It would be a disappointment if Baltimore doesn't get to the Super Bowl this year. The expectations right now are to get to the Super Bowl. And really, the only way to beat them, you got to catch them on an off day. If we think about their losses, Indianapolis caught them on an off day, a little bit of bad weather.
Yep.
Lamar did not play great with some of the fumbles. Pittsburgh, off day, 7 or 8 drops in that game. And then Cleveland, Deshaun had that pretty significant comeback, I believe.
Yeah.
Those are the only times that this team has lost. So you got to catch them on an off day. Offensively, the play action pass has totally taken this offense to a new level. That's kind of what I was talking about with that Zay Flowers clip.
Yep.
What was his offense going to look like?
The motion to burst on the outside, #1, all of those things are different about this team from what we saw before this.
It's everything that you kind of hoped it was going to be under Todd Monken. When he came over as the play caller, you'd say, how is it going to be actually different? I think what's happened is everybody outside that doesn't know football has said, like, Lamar can't throw, he's not a pocket passer. And Baltimore's actually thought complete opposite.
Yeah.
Like, no. If we protect him, if we give him a little bit of time, and we build an actual pass game, this guy is lethal with the ball as a passer. And so that's why there's so much play action right now, because they see what so many people didn't want to or failed to see.
Yeah,
and that's what's remarkable.
But it's funny that you say what so many people didn't want to or failed to see, because they had an opportunity. In the offseason, when Lamar Jackson seemed available for trade, when they're trying to work out what they're going through with their contract, everybody is loud and wrong as hell, right? No, we don't want him. We're not interested. You've never seen a top-notch player like that be treated that way, Rex. When you think about the fact that other teams could have had Lamar Jackson, what does it say about them that they pass even kicking the tires on?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And RC, you and I were talking about this earlier today. It's like, you could have had this guy, the league MVP, for 2 first-round picks. All right? I don't care if it's 3 first-round picks. The guy's 26 years old. He's going to win his 2nd MVP. And he's such a unique talent. It tells me that people don't understand, like, how to get the most out of a special talent like this. And I got to say this. You mentioned protection first. What did Todd Monken bring in? Protection first.
Yeah.
Not let's put 5 guys out the way a lot of these teams are doing it. No, it's you bring him in. You protect him. Let him feel comfortable in the pocket.
Right.
And now he has time to look, and he's always been accurate from the pocket when he has time.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. The longer it takes to get to the quarterback,
Night.
night, because all of a sudden now, all right, we can't get to him, only get a rush 4. Now he gets on the perimeter, where he's accurate as hell, by the way. Oh, and by the way, he's also rushed for 50 first downs.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? That's what this guy has done. They kept the exact same running game.
You know what's interesting, though, Rex? Like, I do think it's important for us to, because he is a different player this year, Lamar. You know, like an advanced and plus version of even the guy that we saw win MVP. I think it's important to give some flowers to the organization, to Coach Harbaugh, and to Greg Roman, because the offense that they ran that was really good was primarily like run-centric for Lamar.
Yep.
And it allowed Lamar to thrive early on and to kind of get his feet wet as a developing passer, okay? Then it got to a point where, like, hey, this isn't good enough anymore. Credit Coach Harbaugh to say, we have to go to the next level. But I think it's like an example of, for organizations, of if you're going to take a really dynamic athlete, there's a way that you want to kind of grow him into the NFL. It's not, well, let's make him a pocket passer. It's, no, let's use his skills as a strength, and then he continues to work and develop.
But wasn't that the problem? Because early on, because they were using his skills as a strength, people looked at that as a negative, to say what he couldn't do, right?
Yeah.
To say that he couldn't reach a certain point. But in truth, they got the most out of him then, and now they're moving forward to find a way to get the most out of him right now and in the future. And if you're the Baltimore Ravens, this is what it's supposed to look like. But all three of us know it's going to come down to what Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh, and this Baltimore Ravens teams does in the playoffs.
But the years past, the question was always like, can this offense win in the playoffs?
Right.
And a lot of people know, and there were some people who were like, yes, because I think they just saw the actual talent. This is an offense that unquestionably, because we've seen this offense for tons of different teams win in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, normally there's an offense that